In terms of shots tracked, we're probably nearing or just over 500 million.
Wow. Yeah.
And from that, you can extrapolate all of your data. Now we can use things like strokes gained. We can do handicap benchmarking, so we can look at, say, okay, well, you're really strong off the tee, but actually it's around the greens you need work against your peers. Maybe you've got 160 yards to the hole. You know what? Yes, you'd hit an 8 iron, but actually look at the data. Your 7 iron's going to go 158. Hit 7. Suddenly you get a little bit closer to the hole. It's just small changes throughout.
Here at Deer Park with Gavin, Commercial Director, ShotScope. We're going to play some golf today, we're going to have a good time. We'll talk a lot about ShotScope, history of the brand, all that fun stuff. Gavin, can you give me a little bit of a quick maybe run through of the history of
Yes, so ShotScope's based outside of Edinburgh, so we're a Scottish company. We've been in operating for about 11 years now, and gradually growing, you know, year on year, bringing new products to market. We specialise in rangefinders, watches, handhelds and launch monitors, and you know, ultimately we're just trying to make sure that we make golfers better.
The one thing from spending a bit of time with you guys this morning, one thing that I really loved is the golfers for golfers kind of concept that you guys have at the brand. A lot of keen golfers, including obviously yourself, which we'll get into during our round. But talk to me a little bit about sort of the importance of having golfers at the brand.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got a team of 46. We've got about 30 to 35 golfers in the company, a variety of different levels, some new, some experienced, some ex-professional. And look, that's key for creating products that work for every golfer. And you know, we pride ourselves on usability, and making sure that a golfer is going to get what they want out of our technology.
And I suppose I'm kind of going off on a little bit of a tangent to start this, but when it comes to product testing, you've got everyone that you need, right?
We do push it out to some people in other countries. Obviously, it depends on time of year. It's not great here in January.
I've been told.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you know, ultimately we rely on our team, you know, and they're going to come back and they've all got a voice. Doesn't matter what position you're in ShotScope, you've got a voice. You come back, you give feedback. We'll take that on board. And then we take it to our users, and again, they've got a voice, and we'll take that on board. And ultimately, you know, we want to make the product as great as it can be, and that could be that, you know, we release products and get a free update within 6 months with some new features. So you know, it's quite key. They're a really good feedback loop at ShotScope.
Awesome. Right, we're gonna play some golf. Let's. I don't like my chances against you, but let's hit some. We're at Deer Park. This is beautiful.
It'll be good fun.
Let's do it. Talk to me about David, the founder, how the company came to being, technology. I've heard he is an avid golfer.
Yes, David's from just outside of Bathgate, and prior to ShotScope was designed electronics for various projects and companies, and also did a bit of teaching. And he was an avid golfer. I think he got down to about 6 handicap, but he was the golfer that went and recorded all his data. He took that engineering background.
The modern day Matt Fitzpatrick, potentially. Could
yes,
you say?
Yes, I wouldn't say as good a player, but
the original.
And that was David, and I met him quite early in the journey when it wasn't really a company and he was trying to figure out. And Edinburgh's got a really nice sort of tech startup scene.
Okay.
And David managed to get involved with that, and sort of started to build on the technology, go on his background there. And you know, that technology for us was really shot tracking, performance tracking, and obviously with the UK market being predominantly watch based, it became watch based shot tracking. And that was really what we spent the sort of first 5 years of ShotScope designing. We had a V1 that didn't have a screen, we had a V2 that did have a screen, and then V3 we managed to miniaturize just out of the pandemic, and that sort of catapulted the brand into sort of general retail and awareness. And from that we've built the team and then gone into other projects and products.
Yeah, so obviously it started with the watches, and then what was that first foray outside of watches like for the how was that time at the brand? I'd imagine it quite interesting.
Yeah, and again, you've got a team that's built up, solely on watches and tracking, and we actually moved into rangefinders first. And one of the reasons we did that was we were starting to get a little bit more traction in the US. And in the US, it's the flip to here, it's rangefinder based. And so we had interest in shot tracking, but hey, can we bring more products? And once you start working with a retailer, they're going to say, hey, can you bring 6, 7, 8 products to market? And what are those? So we went into rangefinders and then handhelds and then the combo of both. And, ultimately, shot tracking sort of at our core, at our center. A lot of the teams working on that, because that's really how golfers can improve their game. But the other piece of the technology help that understanding of how to play the course.
Any particular challenges that you can, obviously there's going to be
Many.
lots of challenges, I can imagine, but any sort of that stand out to you from that initial stage of bringing rangefinders to the market?
You know what, so on the rangefinder side, less so, because there was a bit more of a market, an established market, and we wanted to do it very well. On the watch side, very much bringing a new technology to golfers, having to explain what shot tracking is, how it works, how it's not that early David where it was spreadsheets. It's all done for you, and then integrating that into a GPS watch, managing the courses, the mapping features, and providing that package so it's not going to slow a golfer down. There was a lot of challenges that we had to overcome there.
Doing a stellar job.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
we are there.
You have the honour after the
Thank
first
you.
hole, and you go for it. Straight away, straight down.
Dead straight. You can see
Dead
the
straight.
flag in the distance.
I can see the flag in the distance. Love that.
But it's into the draft. So.
Into the draft, and there's way too many trees here for my liking.
There we go.
It's a bit better. Not a lot of spin on it, but it's a little better. So Gavin, on the tee you mentioned shot tracking. That's how the company came into being, the first sort of technology. How does that technology sort of begin to come to fruition?
Yeah, so with, obviously it's watch face, you're wearing the V5 there.
Yeah.
The way we did use the technology is it's got RFID in the strap. So we have actually, it's a flexible piece of technology in the strap. You don't feel that it's there. And then what we do is we add tags into each grip. And at that point, while you're swinging, that strap is going to understand which club you're swinging.
Right, okay.
And then we understand that you're hitting a golf shot,
Yeah.
and we plot your point at that place in the golf course. And then we link it all up. So we can see that you shot 75. We can then see, we overlay it onto our course map, so we can understand if you're left or right of the fairway, if you're on the fairway, in a trap.
Yeah.
And from that, you can extrapolate all of your data. Now we can use things like strokes gained. We can do handicap benchmarking, so we can look at, say, okay, well, you're really strong off the tee, but actually it's around the greens you need work against your peers. And we can start to give you some blueprints of how you can improve your game and lower your scores, your handicap ultimately.
Talk about lowering handicap. You're a player yourself. Talk to me a little bit about, firstly, your own golf.
Yep.
We talked a little bit over a bit of lunch before we came out about events that you might have played in, but talk to me about how the level of golf that you've played and how does that translate to where you see ShotScope coming in. How's that important to ShotScope, the brand, to have someone with the experience like yourself?
So I played college golf in the US and then started to play for Scotland. Was part of the world team that played in 2008 in Australia, and we won that against Fowler, Lovemark and Billy Horschel in the US team.
Wow.
And then in 2009, I reached a high of 10th in the world rankings and played Walker Cup over in Marion.
What an experience! An experience!
Fantastic, and also great to play an away one because you had to travel and the different type of courses, and Marion's a special place anyway over there in the US. Then I played professionally for 5 years, finished, and a couple of years after joined ShotScope. So kind of transitioned into Real work, I suppose. And to your second part of your question, you know, as an elite amateur, as a professional, you're always trying to find marginal gains.
Yeah.
And it's about how can you improve small parts to ultimately lower your score. And I think at handicap golfers, you've got even more improvement than you can make, but you need some direction. And I think, you know, we absolutely advocate PGA professional help and technical help, but ultimately, every time you approach the golf ball, there's a decision. And if we can take an amateur golfer who maybe shoots 85 and start to say, can we make 5 or 10 better decisions based off data, what you can see is an 85 become a 78. And if you start to look at that, that's how you do it. So we're not asking for wholesale changes. It's, hey, maybe you've got 160 yards to the hole. You know what? Yes, you'd hit an 8 iron, but actually look at the data. Your 7 iron's going to go 158. Hit 7. Suddenly you get a little bit closer to the hole. It's just small changes throughout.
Second shot into a par 5. Yes. Let's show me the goods. My watch here tells me you've got 237 to the front, 252 middle, 269 back.
It's into the wind.
Into the breeze as well. So it's a good hit.
It's everything probably to get onto the front edge. But again, that's with the data. The data is about get closer to the ball. You know, don't lay up if you can get a clean shot away.
Absolutely. Great hit. So I still have 19 yards to the front, 33 to the middle. So what did I have back in the fairway? 230-ish to the flag. So just kind of goes to show how much that played into the wind. I hit 5 wood there, which for me would be a good 240, 250 club. A lot of breeze, still a little bit short, but what's nice here with this shot, I've got the flag is right at the back of the green. Obviously I've only got 19 yards to the front, but I've got 50 yards to the back of the green. So I know that that's pretty long. So I have a good idea that I can actually hit this pitch shot pretty hard, kind of my sort of distance that I would normally hit a pitch, 35, 40 yards, something like that. And I know it's not going to go too far. Long is not good, flags at the back, long is not what we want. But it's nice to be able to have the data on my wrist to back up. I know the distance I can't hit it. So let's see if I can hit it the distance I want to hit it. That's always the aim. And we're just going to run one up there. That grab? How? Okay, so somehow I've managed to clip it incredibly off the lie, but because I took enough club, because I took a lower lofted club enough, although it didn't get too much onto the green, it still released a little bit. So I'm still, I think, at least halfway up the green. So we've still got to putt at it at least for a birdie. So this for me, I think, is criminally underrated in the world of golf, not to have these, and I am guilty of this myself, but not to have these numbers available, because I know what you're going to show me here, because I'm going to ask you about the tech that you use for your golf. Talk to me about them, why they're important.
So I've floated around, right? So I've used watches and rangefinders, and I think that gives you a front, middle, back on the watch, and the rangefinder obviously gives you that flag. So, but it's changed this year with the introduction of the H50, the large handheld. So for me, I'm using this 99% of the time, and when I get within 180 yards, maybe I'll use the rangefinder. But with this handheld, I can see distances to water, distances to bunkers, dogleg sides. I've got the functionality just to touch the screen, get that immediate feedback. And then when I need something exact, I've got the rangefinder. And it's a really, really solid combo.
That partnership for me of having the rangefinder there to give you that flag number that everyone craves, but also to be able to back that up with having view of the hole, view of the green, knowing those front, middles, backs, having bunkers around there, so you can kind of, and dog legs as well on holes is something as well. And I suppose hazards.
Yeah, I mean, it'll do everything, and you've got the functionality to move it around. So it's like a mobile phone, effectively, that screen. But for me, it just sits on my trolley. It's waterproof. I don't have to touch it. It's easy. It's always there. I can always look down. You can keep my score on it. But I found this year I've gone and played a number of courses maybe I haven't played for a while, and suddenly off the tee especially, it's coming into its own. You know, you're 380 with a slight dog leg, right? Where's that flag? Where's that bunker? I can just touch. I can find all the information.
And you can touch, right, to say, okay, well, I want to say maybe there's a shorter hole than that. Maybe it's 330, but you can't go for the green, and you want to know, right, if I hit it 160 yards, if I hit it to there, that I can leave myself X amount into the green.
Exactly.
I know I'm good from 90 yards or that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I think that as a combination, having the laser to get your pin numbers when you need them, but then having the additional device to give you all the rest of the information is just, if you're looking to better your score, as we talked about earlier, that's just a combination.
No, I completely agree.
So Gavin, the company started in Scotland. It's grown exponentially over the last few years. How many countries are we in now? And I think I've just heard a number thrown out of how many shots tracked so far. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so country-wise, it's a great question. We probably have users in about 120 countries. Wow. We have retail presence in at least 70 countries. And really for us, you know, UK and Europe is the focus, but also the US. And we've really grown quickly in the US. In terms of shots tracked, we're probably nearing or just over 500 million.
Wow.
That's
so many.
It's a heck of a lot of data.
And to think about where David was at the start of this journey that ShotScope's been on, and he would have had ambitions for obviously the brand to be as successful as he could possibly imagine, but like 500 million shots tracked, that has to be something that the brand is incredibly proud of, right?
Absolutely, and I think more than the quantity of shots, I think it's the number of users underneath that.
Okay.
And you know, we know that by tracking those shots, we've had an impact on their golf, and I think that's what you're most proud of. And especially when we come out to golf courses, the team members are out playing, and you're meeting somebody that's using a ShotScope device. You know, I still remember walking into the first golf store in the US that had ShotScope up on the cabinet and products there, and now it's quite commonplace. So it's that transition, and I suppose just that evolving nature of a company and the growth, and it's been a fantastic journey.
Yeah. I love the fact that it's obviously a brand that started in Scotland, but you're still rooted in Scotland. You're still here. Obviously,
we are,
HQ's
yes.
here. I think some people might see the ShotScope products, see the branding. It might automatically think American company, but no, you are born and bred. Stay here.
We are. Every employee, barring 2, live in Scotland, and you know, so we're very Scottish centred. We spend a lot of time travelling. You know, there's certain guys in the company that obviously spend a lot of time in the US. We do a number of shows, but you know, again with the sort of the pandemic, that move to remote working, that move to online meetings, etc., that's allowed us to maintain that Scottish HQ and that sort of close-knit family feel within the company.
We've got quite a long hole.
It's a long hole, yes.
This is I'm getting 430 to the middle of the green.
It is. There's water down there. There's bunkers.
Back into the fan. This is not my idea of a good time, this hole, but let's see how we go. Teed down. I like it.
Yeah, we're just going to try and hit one nicely. Take the apex down a little bit.
Oh, he did that nicely.
Well, that was good.
So, you saw me there on the tee. I was looking at the just the distance of the hole overall. If I'd had the H50 that Gavin has, I would have seen that there was a bunker out here to avoid. Whether I'd been skillful enough to avoid it is another thing, but I am in it. So we have 181 to the middle, 191 back, and it's just not a shot I love, if I'm being honest with you. Let's go 5. Okay. We're slide a 5 around the corner, I think. Get up. Go.
Right.
A little heavy. A little heavy, but we'll take it. We'll get that one up and down.
For me, if you're just looking to get into it and get some distances, it's the G6 or the H50, because they're going to be simple to use. Again, there's no subscriptions.
A lot to be said about simple to use.
There is, yes.
And also a lot to be said about no subscriptions. How does that work within the brand?
So we took the decision from early on that we weren't going to charge subscriptions. You know, Scotland's golf all year round, kind of. But, you know, we didn't want to punish golfers and pay for something. You know, we all pay for subscriptions in our daily lives. We don't like it. And we think that's a real USP for the brand.
Absolutely. When, you know, for me, I would, as soon as I heard no subscriptions, I'm automatically, that's really interesting. Compared to a lot of the competitors in the market, it seems to have become commonplace to have subscriptions and people just sort of deal with it. Nice not to be able to.
Well, sometimes you're getting charged a subscription for something that you might not want or use. For us, we remove that barrier, so that's parked. And the other reason is we have our own course mapping database. So we have 43,000 courses, all mapped. Again, within our support team, the guys in the office are mapping them, so we can turn it around really quickly if there's a change. You'd be amazed how many changes there are on a weekly basis. And that filters through to the app, and you can upload it to your device, get the latest map. But because we own all of that, we're not paying anybody to access. So again, there's no need for a subscription to cover that cost. So it kind of all plays, and you know, we're really proud of the course mapping service. You know, a lot of our users really talk highly about how quickly, you know, and courses make changes all the time, add bunkers, and we'll turn it around within 48 hours.
That's impressive. That's very impressive.
And then you couple that with no subscriptions, and there's a couple of great USPs for the brand.
Yeah. You've entered a new category this year at ShotScope, the LM1, a huge success. Talk to me about how that product came to being.
Yeah, so launch monitors, and it's a portable mini launch monitor. So it was a category that we've been wanting to get into for a while at ShotScope. And really, as we were sort of going through that manufacturing and understanding of launch monitors, we started to produce a device, and we would send guys out to the range to practice and hit shots. And there was generally, feedback was, hey, I'm really enjoying this device. It's simple to use, gives me the information, the data that I want, and you know, if we can make it really visible so that you can see it as you're turning back after you've hit a shot, I think we've got a really nice product. When you looked into the market, we felt that there was a gap there, and so we introduced the LM1 at the PGA show in January, and it's been a runaway success from that point. And you know, we're starting to see them out there in the wild, all over the world, and they're selling. And you know, we're just trying to keep up with demand at this point.
Yeah, we did a feature on the LM1 at Warpleston with Matt Fryer, which was eye-opening for me to get to see the technology for the first time, because I hadn't seen it at that point. And what really struck me with it was only getting the numbers that you kind of really need, golfers really need. Yeah. And that's what I loved about it. You haven't got all the stuff that with other launch monitors, obviously launch monitors that cost thousands and thousands of pounds, as well as others. Some of them give you a lot of data, and I think for most golfers, for what they might need, whether it's a range session, whether it's taking out onto the golf course to get an idea of numbers. Talk to me a little bit about the data points that you collect, and why.
So you're spot on. So we're going to give you 5 data points. We're going to give you club speed, ball speed, smash factor, carry distance, total distance. You've then got the ability to toggle which club you're using, and at the same point it's recording all that data, so you can upload it to the app. Again, you can use our app, no subscriptions, nothing in there, and you can start to use it through some of the other features. And you're spot on. It doesn't need a mobile phone to activate. It's got a big, large, bright screen that you're going to get immediate feedback on, and it's going to enhance practice sessions. If you've got a net in your garden or garage, it's going to enhance that operation. You're starting to get that feedback. You're not just aimlessly hitting golf balls. And you know, we just see it as a logical step for ShotScope. You know, we've got so much data on course, now we've got data off course. You can marry those two up, and ultimately it's going to help you improve and help you enjoy your practice sessions a little bit more.
I believe you have one.
I do. You know,
it fits in the back pocket.
Fits in my back pocket,
which is very cool.
Comes with a carry case.
Yep.
And yeah, we can give it a whirl.
Yeah, let's lay one down now, and we'll get a couple of shots. We'll get a little bit of data.
Sure.
Here.
So in terms of usage, you're putting it 5 feet behind, in line with your target. I've got it set to 8 iron. We're going to hit an 8 iron here.
Yep, I've got 8 as well. Drift a little bit.
On the edge. Looks about pin high. And you can see that I've carried it 173 there. So probably a little bit past pin high.
Yeah, and that's those 5 numbers. I think those 5 numbers for me are crucial to giving golfers the information they need and not overloading them with a lot of stuff that they might not understand the significance of some of those numbers. You talk spin loft, dynamic loft,
yes,
launch.
Correct.
People don't know what's good, what's bad. It can be very confusing. So to just have those numbers, that's pretty easy to understand, get your head around, and then also get used to what that is for the individual golfer. So how fast they might swing a driver at. They might, as you develop your shots and you get more data, it's, oh, I'm swinging it quicker, I've been making such and such change in my swing, or I've got a new driver and got more ball speed or something. That's what I love, is those numbers are great for every golfer.
Yeah, exactly. And we see golfers at all levels using this device already. And ultimately, it doesn't matter what your environment is, it's going to enhance that session and it'll enhance your understanding.
But yeah, very cool. Let's see.
Yeah,
let me get involved and see where we're at. Sit. We'll go. Wasn't my best, wasn't my finest strike, that one.
168 yards carry. So again, it's relatively close to pin high, and you're going to get that information back.
Yeah. That's good. That's good with me. That's good with me. Two good misses to finish. Going 2 great misses to finish.
Thank you. Enjoyed that.
Thank you so much. Really enjoyed those last few holes. The future of ShotScope. What does that look like?
So, I mean, we have new products for 27 that enhance our range rather than take over, and then it's continued growth. You know, growing the individuals within ShotScope and their skill sets and what we can produce, but also then growing our globalization into further countries and with more retailers, and ultimately, you know, hopefully we can help more and more golfers as we go on.
Absolutely. All the ShotScope products available at Scottsdale Golf, online and in store. Let's go and get a drink.
Thank you. Cheers.